Today I want to talk about how important confidence is in polyamorous relationships or ethically non-monogamous relationships. I feel like it's important for everything and every kind of relationship, especially with yourself. But if you're in an ethically non-monogamous setup where maybe there are more people, you might be suffering from comparing yourself a ton. And that's something that has been a huge issue for me. One of the things that was really hard was my partner, 5, back when we were all part of a triad with his wife Ronnie, is sometimes he would compliment me, but he would give the same compliment about his wife too, to me. And I would feel really not special. And something triggered me just the other day. He showed me a little video that he did, and I don't know if he was gonna post it, but it was something like, oh yeah, I just was hanging out with my beautiful girlfriend Kira, and then I came back home to my beautiful wife Ronnie, and a lot of those old feelings came back up. And I've been working so hard on being confident and loving myself and knowing I'm a catch and knowing that I am this special, cool, awesome person. But for whatever reason, and I can't even remember if he used the word beautiful for both of us, but it was at least similar, if not the same word. Because I was sitting there watching it, I was like, oh, he called me beautiful. Oh. And then as soon as it got to, oh, my beautiful wife Ronnie, I was like, oh, this is nice. That's very nice. You should post that. Which, I mean, she's lovely. She's a very lovely person. And so it was so funny that there was that comparison monster came back up. And I was fighting the rest of the night to really have that confidence in myself. And it was such a tiny, silly, weird little thing. But it really got me thinking about how important it is for us to know that we're special and to be able to tell ourselves that. Because sometimes we might have partners that might not tell us, or they might get really in their heads, or they might not be the best. And especially because I'm a words of affirmation person. Oh, I love it. I love compliments and all those nice, lovey words. And so I don't want to constantly be asking partners for that. Yes, I can ask them some, but I don't want to be doing it all the time. And so I need to be working on that on my own. And so it really took going inward and telling myself all the things that I wanted to hear. And one of the things that actually helps me is to picture going back to myself in past times when I needed to hear loving words. So I've done some inner child work. Well, I will picture taking my little self, just picturing little me, and holding her and telling her all the things that she wanted to hear and saying, I love you, you're important, I want you, and all those different things. Picturing the now me, or even a future higher self me, just giving that love and just holding myself. Because when I was little, I didn't feel important or wanted or loved. I felt like a burden, and I felt like everyone would leave. And so to give myself that and to say all those things, so helpful. And I've been doing that lately to myself from a few months ago, which is really funny to picture that. But I was in a super, super dark place. There'd be times where I'd be crying on the kitchen floor. And so I will picture me now, or highest self me, going to that version of not even that long ago and just grabbing her up in my arms and saying, you are trying so hard. And it's okay that you are so depressed. You have been triggered by the thing that you are the most scared of. You are growing so much, and it's okay that you feel weak right now, and it's okay that you feel like you would rather not be, but you matter, and people love you, and you are important, and you are special, and I love you. And giving myself that love has been huge. So whenever I feel those moments of, oh, maybe I'm not special, maybe I'm not good enough, maybe no one wants me. I know that people want me, but lately I've been fighting with the feeling of being everybody's secondary. And I'm so lucky to have amazing relationships, plural. But sometimes I get down on myself thinking, I'm nobody's primary. Or even if nobody's hierarchical, just the idea of being an anchor person, or I'm not that person that someone spends the most time with. I feel kind of like I've been, the person that's just on the side. And so it's been extra important to remind myself that no, you are so loved and you are special and people love you and people care about you. But it's just reminding myself consistently every day. And I'm doing trauma conscious yoga teacher training. And one of the things in yoga is they talk about having a sadhana, which is a daily practice. And it's something we promise to do every day for ourselves. And it can be really little, it can be different every day. But I have a daily practice where I do a few things. But one of the things is I will look at different, I have a couple cards here that I will read. Sometimes I forget to do this part, but I work on doing it. But I have one that says, I am loved, wanted, and appreciated beyond measure, and I am safe to love with my entire wild heart. So I like to do that to remind myself. And then I have one little card that I got from my yoga place. It says, I release from within me all bitterness and resentment. I let go of old hurts and forgive everyone, including myself. This one's a challenge, but it's been really good. And so having that daily practice, I try to start my morning with it, of reading those cards, and I do a little prayer. I do a tiny bit of asana or yoga practice and a few other tiny things, but it helps to start the day with something positive, with something for me. And I've been really working on keeping my inner voice kind and loving and really pumping myself up, trying to listen to more positive music, because we can be so cruel to ourselves and that can kill our confidence. And we need that to be high and not narcissistic, not egotistical, but just having a super solid love for ourselves. So when those little comparison monsters come in and they say, oh, yeah, it looks like you stopped losing weight, maybe you started gaining weight. Now Ronnie's going to be way more attractive than you because she's very slender and you're becoming a tub again. Because that thought did come to me because I had lost a little weight because I hadn't had much of an appetite, and my appetite started coming back. I was looking in the mirror being like, oh no, there's flub. Oh no, Five's not going to want me anymore. Which is silly because I think I was bigger than this when I met him. But yeah, those little comparison demons. So staying on top of it and saying, I love my body. I have some jiggle, whatever. I have curves. I'm like a sports car. I'm like I don't know what, a juicy fruit or something. But having that love, changing it around, really admiring my body instead of getting stuck in that, instead of thinking, oh, why are you getting more jiggly? Like, I can embrace the jiggle. I can love it because it makes me extra cuddly. I do cuddle therapy too, and that's the thing I think about as well, where I'm strong but I'm soft, and that's pleasant. It's nice to have that mix for cuddling. I won't want to be like a stick person. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Everybody is lovely, but for me, just having that comfiness is nice. And so I can really appreciate if I have a little extra flesh on my body. So there's so many ways to look at things in a different way and to change our perspective and to know that we are awesome. So let's go forth. Let's love ourselves. Let's defeat that silly comparison monster. Just take it out. But we could also do it in a loving way, a non-harm way, a non-violent way. I should stop being violent. Anyway, yeah. I love you and I hope you have a great day, and okay, bye.